What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Shampayne. Listen, it's okay to forgive people and still cut ties and still cut them off. It is okay to forgive people and still cut them off. What do you mean by that, Shampayne? We supposed to forgive everybody. Forgiveness, it has to come, because if we don't forgive, we don't get forgiveness. Forgiving, if you don't, it's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Unforgiveness, it kills you. It poisons you. Yes to all the things. Yes. But here's the thing. Forgiving people does not mean that then they have to have access to you. You see, we think, well, if I forgive someone, then that means that I have to be in relationship with them. No, baby. You can sometimes forgive someone, and then you have to have that distance. Forgiveness is not proximity. Forgiveness is not relationship. Forgiveness is not us vibing. Now, sometimes forgiveness is going to result in that, but some forgiveness to people who are gone for our lives are not even able. Some of us need to forgive people who are dead and there's no access. So forgiveness is not ready access, y'all. That is not, I have not seen that anywhere in nobody's Bible, in nobody's book. It does not mean that. But if it should in your case, then that will be worked out. You have to be wise in your dealings. You forgive everybody, but you don't deal with everybody, y'all. People have sold a bad bill of goods, and we wonder why forgiveness has such a distasteful taste, because that gets abused, that gets misconstrued, and at the end of the day, that forgiveness doesn't bring healing and help anyway, because it wasn't a healthy one. It wasn't a real one. It wasn't a genuine one. Authentic healing, y'all, will not bring about any kind of bondage. Forgiveness is freedom. And I don't care what folks out here trying to talk to you about, trying to, sell their books, sell these theories. Forgiveness cannot bring about a bondage. Forgiveness cannot be about a sustained abuse. Forgiveness is never about not acknowledging what was happened and not being real and true to whatever it is that is for me and you to forgive. You see, people use that as a way to give them the carte blanche just to do whatever they want to do. That's a lie straight from the pits of hell. And I'm trying to tell you, y'all, the reason that unforgiveness is so unpopular is because how it's been misused. Now, not saying that this thing is not easy. Y'all, we have to work through our stuff. There is some unforgivable stuff that happens to you and I. Do you hear me? It's why Jesus had to die. There is some unforgivable things that has happened to us. Yes. But my point is that is actually not what forgiveness is addressing. Forgiveness is letting that thing go from my hands and placing it into God's. That's for me. If you're not a believer, then I don't know how you view forgiveness. But for the believer, it's releasing that thing from me. Everybody can release the offense. You can release it. That don't mean that it's gone, though. You don't get no spiritual amnesia. You don't place yourself in harm's way. You don't do that. You just release yourself from the tie of the offense to you, your heart, your soul, your mind, your will, your emotions. You don't allow it to dictate what your future, what you can do and who you can be. You don't allow it to diminish and make you less than what you are. That's what we're doing when we are forgiving. But it is okay to forgive people and still cut them out of your life. Many tragedies happen because you just forgive, and the next thing you know, you done forgiven yourself right out of here and you was not supposed to. God is not wanting you to put yourself in harm's way. And if he did, because the struggle is real, if he will give you the grace to be able to handle that. He will give you the grace for reconciliation. He will give you the grace to do the hard thing. That is where we get those scriptures that empower us beyond what our eyes can see, our heart and mind has not even entertained. Because those are the things that life like that, we need his power to do it, but we can do it. You don't still have to be tied, though. You don't still have to be connected. So pay attention. Does this forgiveness require a separation? And if that is so, it's totally fine. Don't make nobody think you ain't forgiven. But if it is to be some sort of reconciliation, there will be work on both parts. You cannot have reconciliation without the two parties coming together. There has to be acknowledgement of truth. The goal is reconciliation. That's beyond forgiveness. That's about coming together to agree about a new path for a thing. That has nothing to do with forgiveness. We keep intertwining them. Sometimes it is, but a lot of times the forgiveness is not going to depend. It does not depend on reconciliation. It doesn't. I know that's not popular. It doesn't. But in some cases, forgiveness will bring about the need for reconciliation. And there can be a desire for that. And I hope that's what all of ours is. But you got to know, baby, if you need to cut that tie, that's fine. Don't mean you're not forgiving. So on this Sunday reflection, listen, y'all. It's okay to forgive people and still cut them off and cut that tie, that ready access to you. Remember, y'all, you don't have to let nobody kill your vibe nor steal your joy.